I don't like my mind right now. Stacking up problems that are so unnecessary. Wish that I could slow.
On the previous album, we did a couple of songs, Rebellion is probably the best example, where we worked with somebody outside the band. And that was the one song where it was like from inception, it was me and Darren Malakian starting from scratch together. And we did it, and I thought, first of all, I think Darren's just a great writer. And so that was really exciting. It was fun to do, and I felt like I learned something. And it was refreshing because it was so different. So then coming into this album, I thought, well, that worked there. Like, it was fun to do, and I liked the song that we ended up with. Let's try some more of that, see what's out there. And in the beginning, it was like sifting through a lot of our favorite songs, and like Brad and I made a list, this like crazy list of all these favorite songs and people who were involved with them. When you started seeing names show up more than once, a good example would be a guy named Egg White. Egg had written on some Adele stuff and some Florence and the Machine stuff and some other stuff that we really liked, and it was like, okay, that's a guy we should reach out to. We got a meeting with Egg, went to his studio in London and hung out there, and we wrote together, and I just loved it. It was just so fun, because the way he writes is different, because his whole energy and his personality he's obviously not like any of us, and we're not like one another, but we're used to each other. You throw this other person in the mix, and it's like it shakes things up and keeps it kind of fresh. So usually it would be, I'll speak for myself. I find making tracks really easy. Like, I love making sounds. So for me, it's like sitting down and making a beat or a track is relatively quick and enjoyable, and then usually the lyrics and the melody, the vocals, will come inspired from the track. Like, I'll listen to the track and I'll think of what it makes me want to sing. This album was the opposite. And to start walking in the door and saying, okay, what do we want to sing about today? What do we want to write about? What's on your mind? Brad and I, it was almost always Brad and I as like the core writing team, and we would, some days it was just the two of us, and we would come in and we'd say, what are you thinking about today? Today, I want to write a song about being away from my family. And everything comes from that. All of a sudden you have vocals, you have melody, you have chords underneath it, and you say, okay, this is essentially the song. I can play it on piano and sing over top of it. Like, what kind of sounds, as I said before, like, I really enjoy the track making part, so like now having already a solid foundation of a song, like the rest of it's like just gravy. Like, and then it's just playtime adding the cool sounds on top of it.